Hello there, this is Marcio, and this is yet another episode of Coding with Agents or Culture Coding with Agents. And these are reflections. What we have throughout the sessions are reflections from the routine of a builder, a developer, a person that is recycling himself as we interact more with agents, with the AI. There are things changing, but the other things are not changing at all. And I just caught myself. So most of the sessions, the reflections is it's something like you gotta grab the cat by the tail, right? And usually when I enter recording mode, because something just you know the cat is passing by, and then I start with the screen, and that has to do with something that I'm doing. So I just caught myself, and then of course, right, it comes the aha, like the metaphor, the picture, the painting, the moment, and I try to uh, sometimes to do the reverse engineering, right? All right, so right now today I caught myself for the first time, I guess. I mean, usually unconsciously, right? Something happens more and more and more in life, and then you know perhaps in episode 20 of something that you're doing, and then you're like, oh yeah, aha. Right, what's happening is this, right? But that's too late, actually, right? It's happening. And I caught myself interacting with Jarvis today. And and I know I should give you a context here, right? And we're talking about Iron Man slash Jarvis. But then, so this is like using the microphone here and sending voice messages to some AI agent. In this case, the agent is a number of agents happening all together here. But I'm using Whisper Flow, okay, here. And that's my audio based keyboard. And the I just caught myself with Jarvis for the first time because working with Jarvis because um, actually I saw an article yesterday from the CEO of Wispr Flow, and he set an A, and he said that his dream or something like that was to create Jarvis, and he did that, and that's Whisper Flow. And I was like, no, no, no. 1 week ago, when I heard about Whisper Flow, that was just a keyboard using voice, and now it's Jarvis. And I was like, oh no, it's just a keyboard. No, it's Jarvis. No. And then I got myself with Jarvis because you see the messages that I recorded there in this case like small messages, like, well, well, I don't want postcard. I said accept the postcard and accept ads later. Yeah, what about you do the move right now? Oh, I see. So the call image was the one using the postcard. And then later, do you know if any other of the scripts that are part of the report now are in any way using call image? And then later, interesting. So what about we move call image into the postcard? Uh, and then moved. And then could you check if the dependencies in the package JSON that lives in the postcard are good for the call image case? And then later, good. So I think now we can probably move this package JSON here in the config into the report, right? And then later, oh, I see. The postcard was using config, right? And then later, so report is not using config at all. Then later, oh, my bad. So move back the config the report into the postcard and then good. Now let's work in the report case to organize a little bit things there. Okay, so this was an inflection point. So I had like, say I said that, no, apologies, I misheard you, I didn't read what you said, so I confess I went through the same thing that is happening. in the past 30 years. And it wasn't AI that invented the mass of this talk and excessive communication that leads to nowhere in many case situations, right? And it wasn't because of AI. Yeah, I was lucky here to open the right page. In the book Wake Up and Leave from Dorothea Brande, 1936, there is a chapter she wrote there. Check it out this, right? Oops. Oops. On saving breath, chapter 8. Okay. I'm starting to learn about that. So anyway, I got to an inflection point moment, right? And so then, no, I understood things are organized now. And then I said, right, good. Now let's work in the report case. So that was like, let's move on to organize a little bit things there. Okay. So you see, I just updated clients JSON something. Don't worry about that. Under the DB directory, don't worry about that as well. That seems to be information that's something. Blah, blah. Now, could you check my files and under the impression XYZ, etc. And then with more conversations at some point, I said, let's write a README there. That's the point where I documented the learning there and the big changes that we made. So that's it. Trying to do some reverse forensic slash reverse engineering here of the moment when the cat was passing by. And that's it so far. It's enough for us here for the sake of the reflection. This is Marcio talking with Jarvis. By the way, Whisper Flow, the technology, right? Microphone goes through Whisper Flow. With Whisper Flow does the magic. Keyboard characters flowing through the fields, um, feeding feeding the codex agent. So two entities working together, I guess, right? Two models, like in a pipeline, something like that. Something for us to think about. That's it so far. Thank you very much. Have a good day.